Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Amit Dhakad AI. If you want to learn about related to anything AI and machine learning and Python, please subscribe and click on bell icon. So in this video, we will learn about the property decorator. So how we need to use property decorator. So in language like Java, C++, when we want to protect our class attribute from external corruption, we hide that behind the manual getter and setter, like we create getter and setter, like get email, set email. Similarly, Python takes different path. It values clean, readable, and natural syntax, accessing value directly with dot notations. We can directly use dot notation instead of calling the function. So we can use directly user dot email new@mail.com. But what happens when you need validation, or what if you need to calculate or attribute it on the fly? The property decorator is Python's clean way of converting standard method into virtual attributes. So it's let you write the getter setter logic behind the scene while allowing consumers of your class to clean dot notation. So what it means is that we will see in the example, like virtual attributes, and we create methods, right? So those methods you can be used like using the dot notation. So imagine a smart thermostat. As a user, you just want to set the temperature by writing thermostat.temperature equals 22. So under the hood, however, the thermostat must run complex check, like is 22 is safe or not? Does it exceeding heating limits? So that switch to the Celsius or Fahrenheit. So the temperature interface was a raw variable. User could set -500 and crashing the system. So at the rate property is the smart circuitry behind the thermostat dial. So the user sees simple dial where twisting its trigger and control sequences vector method. So how this is work? Like we have three properties decorator for this. First is at the rate property that we use for getter. So when we use this, that attribute that will be like value of it is value based object dot x. So x value is returned. Next we have setter. So how we use that? We use using that x. So at the rate x dot setter. So it will set the value. Next we have delete. That we similar at the rate x dot delete. Deleter, okay? So it's triggered when we run like del object dot x, like when we are deleting a property of the class. So we have example. We will see using this example here. First, I will explain this how it's working, and after that we will run this code. So first we have same class name, okay, class name, and we are creating constructor self. It will take temperature. Here we are having property, okay, at the rate property decorators. We are defining function C, and this is function, right? Type temperature self, and it is returning self underscore temperature. What is the self underscore temperature? This is the protected variable, right? And you can see this variable we are not defining here self dot underscore temperature. We are using self dot temperature, so it will call this setter here. Okay, this is not variable. So you can see call the setter immediately during the initialization for validation. And we have at the rate prop temperature. See, this is the method name. So this we need to use here temperature dot setter. Similarly, we have temperature dot deleter. So what we are doing here? This is the again same name temperature. Here also temperature set. Here we are taking value with because this need to set. We are checking that value is in type int or float. If it is not, is instance. If it is not, then it will return temperature must be number. Then we are having a value less than 1:7350. So it will return temperature cannot be below absolute zero. Okay. Next we are after that we are setting the self dot temperature equals to value. We are checking this validation. We are running this validation. If it is correct, then it will set the value. If it is not, then it will throw the error. Next we have temperature dot deleter. So keep in mind this temperature. After that we for setter we use temperature dot setter, and for deleter we use temperature dot deleter. So here same thing. We have temperature and self. Okay. print resetting temperature, and after that what it is doing, using del keyword and shape dot underscore temperature. So it's deleting the temperature. So this is how it will work. We simply constructor we have. After that we are using at the property for temperature function method. After that we need to use this temperature for setter and deleter. Okay. So this is how we create setter and getter in Python. So how this will execute? So I will run this one. So you can see we are printing 22.5 and resetting the temperature sensor. This is printing from here when we are deleting. Okay. So first what we did, we created the object of the thermostat. So same thing, T equals to 22.5, and here print T equals to temperature and T dot temperature equals to 25. Here it will be calling setter. See, we are not calling like T dot temperature, okay, and using parentheses. We just using equals to, so automatically it will call the temperature. Again we have T dot temperature hot, so it will throw error because we are checking this here like it is a string or integer or not. So it will check int and float. So we are passing out, so it will throw error. Okay. And same delete dot to temperature, so it will delete. So this is the basics of the property decorators, how you can create setters, getters and deleters. So here you can see we are using self.temperature. It will trigger the setter. What happened if we use directly here underscore temperature under self.underscore temperature? So what it will do, it will take value and it will directly assign to the temperature variable. And if I run this one, okay, and if I uncomment this, not this one, I just change here itself. Okay, what I'm passing here, test. What it will do, it will allow, it will not throw any error because we are directly assigning, so all the validation we edited here will not work this. Okay, so in the detail we will see this in later. Okay, so if I run this one and if I do this one and we run, so it will throw error. What temperature must be number. So always keep in mind when you are creating setter and getter, so you will use those also when creating the object, otherwise it will throw error. Okay, so this is the basis of this one. Next we have next example, shopping cart. Okay, so we will see this also. Same thing, we created init function, init method that will like constructor here. Okay, same, it will take it's not taking any element, it's just self dot underscore empty dictionary and self dot discount percentage 00. So we have one method that will add the item, so it will check price less than 0, it will throw error. Self dot items dot item, it will self dot get item, and if item is already present, like we already added item, okay, in the cart, and we are trying to add again, so it will just first try to get that item. If it is available, we will get the item count. If it's not, then it will be 0 and it will add the quantity. Okay, same self dot underscore price. So here you can see we have get attr function. If we are passing self underscore price and we have third argument. So here what is happening, we are passing the underscore price, but we are not defined the price here, right? And if we don't have attribute that we created and or that will be creating on dynamically runtime, so we can use using get atr, so it will not throw error, it will return the third argument that is passing. If you want to print add your error message, you can pass that also. So what it is doing, it should return the empty dictionary. So if we don't have any price, it will return the price as empty dictionary, and this is assigned to the prices. Next we have prices item underscore name, and we are assigning the price. Okay, so this is the how the this is getting created. Next we have same thing, property getter setter. Okay. Same thing, property subtotal, it will return subtotal, return, it will do calculation for that. Property, we have discount, one more setter, sorry, getter for this one. So it will return the discount percentage. Next we have discount setter here. Okay. So it will set the discount. What it first it will check same thing, float or float, like it is string or number, and if it is not less than 0 or not, and it should be less than from 90. Okay. So discount limit exceed between 0% and 90. Same thing. These are the validation we edited for the setter. Next we have property and grand total. So this is also getter. It will return the grand total. So it will do calculation using the discount, and it will calculate the grand total. Okay. So if we run this one, same inflow also is, this is same, like we are creating here object shopping cart, we are adding item to item we edited, it will return the total and subtotal. So if I run this one, you can see subtotal and grand total. Subtotal is the first total, after that like after discount, what is the final value. So this is the things you need to about getter setter. So you need to practice more to understand. So I added some basics, more details for setter and getter, like critical real world pitfalls, like when we develop, so what kind of issue you will face, right? So this is user, right? In it I can see self.username. So if we run self.username, okay, so what it is doing, this is property and this is get. So triggering getter inside getter, because self.username, this is getter, right, itself. So it will also in infinite. Same thing we are having inside setter and username, we are doing self.username equals to value. So what it is, triggering inside setter. So this is also called setter. So this is also infinite. So this will not work. So you need to keep remember these kind of things when you are creating setter and getter and setter. You need to keep like what name you are using for setter and what name is for variable. So here you should use underscore here to get the value here, but here this self.username, so you created setter, so it will also call setter only. So this is not like you are defining the variable, right? So you need to always use private, unique and name backing variable standard convention in a single underscore prefix, like self underscore username is the variable that actually holds the data, self.username, like this. Okay. Next we have sometimes developers set up properties to validate data, but writing directly inside. So that is same thing, like we created property to get the data. Okay. Next we created the setter for that, set the balance. So balance cannot be negative, right? And here we are not validating, we are not calling the setter here, like previously I explained. So when it directly enter that value to this underscore balance. So when user create account with -500, that will be created. So this is wrong, right? You cannot have negative balance. So for that you need to just call here what, setter here. So this will work. Next also we have more example related to this also, like what kind of issue you will face, like you don't have to use the for that will take too much time in the getter values. Here we have property process metrics. Here you can see it is doing heavy calculation here, so it will increase time for response and for it will be the cost of the lag. Okay, so convert standard method and computer method. So in different method you need to use, like this is case property, so it will run only one time. Now we have comparison here, like raw data, trigger syntax, object.x, object.getx, object.x, or this one. Getter method, setter, object. So this kind of the comparison you can treat. So this is about the getter setter you can create. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and share, and click on bell icon for get the update of the new videos. Thank you.